but she calls you mother. Rose is 27 years old. She was abducted when she was 9, and she had a very gruesome role in with seeing her family massacred. She was taken into the bush, and she was basically one of Joseph Kony's right-hand men's wives. She was a sex slave from 9 to 19. She had 3 children in the bush. She escaped when she was 19, and she had her 5-year-old daughter running next to her, a baby on her back, 6 months pregnant, and she ran from south of Sudan back to Uganda on foot. The first time we met Rose was on the first trip, and she was just a haunted woman. Sharing her story was so, there's so much shame involved, and I think we all know about how sickening and how, we're as sick as our secrets, and shame is just such a deteriorating thing. So Rose was just a broken young woman when we met her. And in the times that we've been back since, and she's now such a staple in the center, and she's now helping other women share their stories, because we get well through sharing what's happened to us. We get well through, again, looking at social media. You have a gay young man or woman in the middle of Tennessee, and they feel alone and they feel ashamed, and when they find somebody else that understands what they're going through, and it starts to be relieved. So Rose now is just such an incredible woman. We built a house for Rose and her 4 children, and by this last trip, here we were, and she's dancing around in like Zumba pants that we brought her, and she's like talking to me saying, I want to get a passport. I'd love to come to the United States. And she just, everything about her is a changed woman because she's healing. And I said, the thing that struck me was, how do you heal from that, really? Is that even possible? But when you see it happening, and you see how much they love this center, they love coming and sharing and being together, and being in these support groups around people that have been through the same thing they've been through. That's like life source for me. I've got a lot of things that I'm grateful for in my life and in my career, but this work by far is the most rewarding. No offense. Thank you for everything. You're my homeboy for life. It's just a different thing. And so that's, Rose, my sister, is absolutely a step.
Just as a storyteller, how can nonprofits and like Gulu better tell their stories to connect with more people?
Well, open with a car chase. I think the most important thing is that these stories are coming from them.
Yeah.
And first of all, what you just told, we couldn't make that shit up. This stuff is stranger and often more horrible than fiction. But also, hearing it from their voices, from their perspectives, it makes for a completely different narrative structure. Because it is a structure of healing, where in this country, you wouldn't think that was even possible. Because it's so much more extreme. But what they get from each other, and the way they get it from each other, the way the center helps them to facilitate that and embody it, is something that is not necessarily an American thing. It comes from them, and the more we can expose ourselves to these different narratives and really incorporate them into our understanding of our own narratives, our own stories of what we think is good, what we think is bad, how we think people should be, it's going to be very powerful. And with the kind of, the platform that people have now, where they can show anybody anything, anytime, if they care to watch, it's going to work out in a way that it never could have.
Now let's talk about how you're using social media and digital to share what's going on and to engage more people around this cause.
Sure. I started my Twitter account after the first season of Dollhouse. My boyfriend Rick was like, you gotta get on the Twitter. It's really cool and big. So thank you. I've been known to have an opinion about things and say what's on my mind. I'm outspoken, but I immediately realized how many people you could reach and how many people will support you because they like you and they just want to be a part of the things that matter to you. And so on my 30th birthday, I'm 31 now, my 30th birthday, we started a 30-30-30 campaign with a man named Pankaj Shah, who's from around here, tonic.com. And we wanted to raise $30,000 to buy the land on my 30th birthday on December 30th. And literally, somebody from Twitter today pulled up all my tweets. They said, you know, since '09 you tweeted about formerly Gulu, now Thrive Gulu, 2,200 times. I was like, that's right.
Yeah!
When they ran all the stats about where the awareness was coming from, we did newspaper articles, we did a lot of promotions, but like 80% came from people that had directly linked from my Twitter page. So the next year I did it again, this time for 31,000, and I mean the outpouring from support internationally. I mean, people have been just incredible, and I can't imagine how I would have done that without that tool. So, and again, now we have the Thrive Gulu page, and we have the Facebook, and it's just it brings people in, and it's just such a valuable thing. So I'm just grateful for the support.
Yeah, and Joss, are you into social media? Do you have a love relationship?
Social media, that's on the computerized machine. Computers are awesome. I'm told they have porn. Apart from that, I'm not really sure what they're for. I've sort of avoided it.
I hear it, yes.
You know, I'm a little pathetic. Occasionally people have to explain to me what's going on. And that's just because it's very addictive. It is a world. And I'm supposed to be creating worlds, so I'm not allowed to live in either the real or a virtual one.
I like that answer. We actually did have a question from Twitter. You could tweet your questions, #ThriveGulu. Someone asked, Chexy, what's your fundraising goal? Are there other ways you can contribute?
Our fundraising goal for the center, get ready, it's $300,000. And I know that's, yeah. And I mean, look, again, we know that we're meeting you, like you said, this is the first date tonight, as close as we can get. We did not want to come out here and try to shake everybody upside down, but I mean, it's a big number, but it's also...
Although Rick Fox can. I'm not saying he's going to get drunk and do it, but there's no doubt.
But honestly, the center we're renting right now, we have people lining up outside. As you saw in the video, people sitting on the floors. They don't fit in the center. This work is so valuable and so... I mean, people are craving this work. So we really want to be able to start construction on the center. And then other ways they can donate on thrivegulu.com on our website. We have Square technology, thanks to Jack. And so we're going to be walking around and you can swipe your credit card and it's easy. And if you're really drunk, just do it. And don't worry about it. And know in the morning that you did a really good thing, not a really embarrassing thing.
And now we have another question from @Anthony_Garcia. Aside from funds, is computer equipment sought after for donation? Computer equipment. Are you looking for computer equipment to be donated?
Oh, absolutely. We have 20 HP computers that Liza and Rick got donated and they brought them in their suitcases last summer. We have 20 more that are being delivered that are desktops, but we absolutely need about 100 more, and we would love donations.
So, anyone out there who works for a tech company, computers, are really looking for 100 more computers?
Minimum right now. Minimum. Also, you know what else we need? We need some really good cameras. We have some good cameras. We need more camera equipment, and also we need projectors. We need the kinds of things. There's no movie theater in Gulu, and so in our center we hope to eventually have screen rooms where people can see the film that they make projected on the wall for children to see, and then people to see, so they can see themselves projected.
Or they could see something that somebody else had made. They don't have to.
Like the event?
We're not looking for like the new MacBook Pro. We'll take recycled material. We just could use any kind of computers. The 20 laptops that we brought from Hewlett Packard that were generously donated, the keys are worn out. You can't see, the people are lining up in the center. Computer literacy is huge. There were countless people who missed out on basic education by spending 10 years in the bush and not having any education or school. So they're coming in, they want to learn, they want to rebuild. And so the computers are huge. Another reason, you know, that we're up here in this tech center. If anybody, has any recycled or computers, projectors, cameras, huge.
Well, let's talk about that convergence of Silicon Valley and Hollywood that's happening more and more right now. What are your thoughts on that, and where do you all see it headed?
I'm against it. It makes me confused.
Josh, do you come up to the Valley a lot, besides for events like this? For great causes?
We're supposed to get drunk a little later, Josh.
I got drunk later than one. For me, it's just creatively in the world right now. This is a time of utter collapse and utter rebuilding, and it's kind of terrifying and beautiful. It's almost as though, in terms of Hollywood, everything is turning into either some giant summer blockbuster or some tiny micro-budget homemade thing. And I'm perfectly comfortable with either. The thing that's really mattered is that the way people are making stories and the way people are distributing those stories are more individual than they've ever been. And people who think of things are not beholden to a system that is very antiquated and very strange, the Hollywood system. In getting those things out there, they can just make them in any country. Now, it doesn't mean you can always get eyeballs on it. And that's one of the things that, that thrive with people like Eliza. You try to use what juice you have to get more people to pay attention. But you can accomplish anything now. And you can do it without the help of a giant conglomerate. The tech itself has changed the way we create, the way we interact, in a way that I find dazzling.
Definitely, and you've embraced it as well. So it's great to see everyone here today. Congratulations. What's one last message you want to share with people about Thrive Gulu and how they can get involved?
First of all, understand that what you've learned tonight is on top of what you already do, as Suman was saying at the beginning. A lot of you know something about Uganda from 2012 and from that introduction, and also from Idi Amin. So if you put those things together, and then tell others, tell your friends, it's a real place. There are real people there. Our program director is Dora. Our deputy director is Patrick Lumumba Ula. He's a real guy. He was a child soldier. He's now a father of 3. He's a beautiful, wonderful, bright guy getting a master's degree in community leadership and also helping run this center. We have Jeffrey there. We have Lucy, also a former child soldier herself and a former wife of one of the, multi-lieutenants. Not a real wife. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, she came home with 1 child, Winifred from the bush. Anyway, these are real people. They know that this event is going on. You can look up Lucy AOL. It's her really honestly last name. Lucy Owl, AOL, is her last name. She has a Facebook page. And these people are real and they need help and they would love you to contribute and support our cause.
This is amazing that you brought us all together. Any last words, Eliza?
Just again, I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Joss. Thank you, Ben. My family. My brothers are here. Everybody that's been a part of this. Brett, Reg, and everybody. Brooke, Wilson, and all of you. Again, I know it's so incredible that you're here and that you came out to listen to a bunch of people that you sort of don't know. And I know that I'm an actress with an African charity. New idea. Not to undermine anybody. But I'm just saying, first and foremost, I'm my mother's daughter. And this work has been a part of my life. I've been traveling with my mother. She's been teaching African politics for 40 plus years. And I mean, this is so a part, we're not going anywhere. We are going to continue to push this rock up the hill. We welcome you. We want to get to know you. We want your contributions. You guys have the best ideas in the world. Share them with us, and do something powerful with us. And again, we know there are a number of organizations that you could support, and we're so grateful that you chose to be here tonight and support ours.
Thank you. Have a great